there is something that I think prevents a lot of people from feeling better and from healing. Whether you're talking about mental health struggles like chronic anxiety or depression, or even physical struggles like chronic pain or chronic illness, from the outside, it looks like you're doing everything right. And it looks like you're doing the breath work. You have the morning routine. You're trying to regulate your nervous system. There's a lot of doing and yet very little progress. And so that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about a shift that you can make that shifts your energy from a place where you're getting no results and no progress and no healing to a point where you really are on a track where you are seeing actual changes and you're feeling better and your symptoms, no matter what they are, start diminishing. What I see in the clients that I work with and in my own experience, that it really, really does not matter what you do. And what I mean by that is there are hundreds of people that would tell you this method, this coach, this program changed my life. This thing healed me. I no longer have anxiety. I no longer have this or that. And so you do it and you try it and you're like, didn't work for me. Nothing happened. And we have to be able to separate not what we're doing, but why we're doing it. And I guess the why would obviously be, I'm doing it because I want to feel better. But the question would be, what energy are you doing it from? What's the intention that you have? And so I want to talk about how we need to shift that intention from a place of, I need to fix the problem. I need to make this painful thing stop and go away because I can't deal with it, to, I want to support myself. I want to give my body, my nervous system, what it needs. So let's talk about the difference of how it's not what you do, it's why you do it. What is the intention? Because the same tool that may be really helpful for your best friend and not work at all for you, it can be used to help you heal, or it can be used to further drive the story of frustration and how nothing works for you. That's, I think, a really common place for a lot of us to end up with, just believing that nothing works for me and that I've tried everything. But I want to say that if you feel like you've tried everything and that nothing has worked and that nothing has helped, there's a really good chance it's because the reason you've been doing it is because you're trying to make the bad stop. You're trying to make the pain stop rather than trying to meet the needs that your body has so that the pain stops. It's like we are all headed in the same direction. The question is, how do you get there? And does the path of trying to fix actually help you end up at the place you want to be? So I get questions a lot that sound kind of like, well, how do I know if I'm fixing or supporting? How do I know if me, doing a journaling session is me trying to fix or me trying to support? And the answer to this question really lies in radical honesty. It's an answer that no one else can give you because it all depends on the energy, and only you can really feel the energy of why you're doing something. It's your energy is going to tell you the truth. Your energy won't lie to you. I don't have the answer to that. It's going to be driven by your reasons and why you're doing what you're doing. And is it because you can't be with what is, or because you're learning to use this tool to help you be with what is? Is it something you're doing to run away from yourself, or is it something you're doing to stay with yourself? So let's talk about fixing energy first. Fixing energy comes from fear. It comes from urgency. It comes from this belief that there's something wrong and I need to fix it, and I need to fix it ASAP. I can't handle this. It is in an attempt to try to escape an emotion or a feeling or an experience or a sensation. So I want you to see it in that way. When you're using a tool to fix something, that's fixing energy. When you're using a tool to escape what feels really uncomfortable, that is the fixing energy. It's going to feel really tight. It's going to feel really pressured. It's going to feel really urgent, and it's going to feel very controlling. Like, I'm doing something so I can micromanage this situation. I'm doing something so I can push this away. And the problem with this is it can kind of cosplay as self-improvement. It looks very busy from the outside. Again, it looks like you're doing all the right things, but it's a facade. It's coming from fixing energy. It's coming from making really, really wanting your experience to go away. So let's talk about the opposite of that. The opposite of that is supporting energy. It's coming from a place of self-care, self-trust, and like genuine love for yourself, which can be challenging when you're dealing with something uncomfortable in your body. There's this sense of, I can't love myself. I can't take care of myself. I can't do that right now because I have this really important problem to fix. But this is a very important step. So I don't want you to skip it. Because when you can change this association from, how do I actually be with myself in this? How do I sit with my pain? How do I allow what's here to be here without running from it? That's what makes all the difference. And it's going to feel completely different in your body. It's going to feel very different than the fixing energy does. It's going to feel like, how do I hold myself through this? How do I support myself through this? It's going to feel slower. It's going to feel more grounded. You're going to feel more connected to yourself. Support is going to feel like kindness. It's not going to feel like avoidance. It's not going to feel like you're running from something. It's going to feel like you're moving towards something. And that's where actions can be tricky, because we can have the exact same action taken from a completely different energy. So a couple examples are like meditating. Lots of people like to meditate to fix their bad feelings. They're like, I'm feeling too anxious, I'm going to go meditate. But you're meditating in an attempt to make the feeling go away, versus I'm going to meditate so that I could actually be with the feeling. I want to be present with what is. I don't feel the need to run from this. I want to remove my association I have to this as being something that's scary or wrong or something that's not allowed here. That's what we're doing when we're in that fixing energy. Another one is like movement. A lot of people will move and they're like, I'm moving because I can't stand this feeling. I'm feeling so angry. I need to go work out because I need this anger to go away. Versus moving to support, which looks like, I know that if I move my body, I feel a lot more grounded. I feel a lot more connected. And it helps my body do its job. It helps my body move this through. We can't force that process. We can't make that happen. We have to allow it to happen. And it's not that we can't take actions that support that, but that's the whole deal, is taking actions that support things moving through us instead of taking actions to fix and push away what's there for us. So another thing is like resting, like being able to take a break is like, are you doing it from a place of like, I need to quit? Or are you doing it from a place of, I'm listening to what my body needs right now? I'm listening to the fact that my body is giving me signs that I need a break. I need to relax here. It's just the same thing from a different energy. And so there are different ways that you can check in with yourself. You can ask yourself and check in with that feeling of like, does this feel like fear or does this feel like trust? Do I feel a sense of like urgency here to change this situation as soon as possible? Or am I experiencing like almost this feeling of welcoming it in and saying, you can stay here as long as you want. If I have anxiety, it's coming along for the ride. I want you to notice that there's a very distinct difference in energy. One is an energy of expansion and one is an energy of contraction. And when we are taking action from contraction, we are keeping the problem alive. We are preventing that healing because we are still signaling to our brain that this is a problem. This is a problem that needs to be fixed. If you're feeling anxious, stay anxious. If you're feeling depressed, stay depressed. If you're feeling any of these feelings, like they are important and you're right. And when we do these things from a place of supporting, we tell our brain, like, you don't need to worry about this. You can turn this alarm off. We don't need this anymore. It's not serving us anymore. And both of those things come from, I'm either doing this because I want to give my body what it needs. I want to give my brain a chance to express itself. I want to give my body the chance to move this energy. I want to meditate because I want to be here with myself. I want to move my body because it moves my energy. All of it depends on where you're coming from, truly. And another good thing to ask yourself is if nothing was wrong with me, would I still do this? Like meditation is a good example for that. Even on days when I'm not feeling anxious or feeling terrible, I still meditate. I still see the benefits of it. I still enjoy what it gives me, but I'm doing it regardless. So if there are all these things that you're only doing because there's this big problem, you want to make it go away, number one, you're not going to do it for the long term. Number two, it's not going to work in the short term. And it's not going to work because you're doing it only to make something go away instead of something that is truly going to enhance your life. So I recommend that whatever tools you use for self-help and self-development are tools that you genuinely see the value in and want to incorporate in your life so that you'd use them anyway. These are things that we want to be using on our good days and our bad days. We want to use them when we're feeling good and we're feeling hopeful, and we want to use them when we're feeling god awful, knowing that either way, however we're feeling is going to come and it's going to go. That applies to the good stuff and the bad stuff. So remember that what you're going to see from the outside is what people are doing. You're going to see the programs they're using or the coaches they hire, or you're just going to see what they're doing. You're going to see their behaviors, and it's going to be really easy to attribute their healing and their success and their newfound peace to what they did. And I want you to get used to attributing whatever success they have to how they did it, the energy with which they approached it, the calm relaxation, their ability to allow what is while they do the work, while they do things that are very supportive to change, to rewiring your brain and to neuroplasticity. Like, all of that is part of this, but you can't do that from a forced energy. You can't do it from an energy of fixing. Fixing is something that is going to have you really trying to control and to hold on. And supporting is something that reconnects you to yourself. And you need to be able to know the difference. And more importantly, you need to be able to feel the difference. That is what is going to answer that question for you. Of, am I fixing or am I supporting? You know. And if you don't know, learn. Get used to what that feels like for you. When you act from that support, your system is finally going to get a chance to heal. It's going to know what it feels like to be supported, to get its needs met. And what happens in that space is that it doesn't need to scream at you anymore. It doesn't need to scream at you through symptoms or fatigue or pain or anxiety or insomnia or any of those things. Like, you get into this communicative relationship with your body where you're like, I hear you. You don't need to scream. I gotcha. We'll give you the rest. I gotcha. We'll give you the fulfillment. We'll give you the joy. We'll give you whatever it is that you need. We learn to take care of our body. So start there. Start with making that shift, because if you have been really far into your healing journey and you're like, nothing is happening, there's a good chance that you're very, very connected to the outcome. You've got a lot riding on things changing, and you probably pour a lot of time, attention, and focus into your suffering and into your pain and into your problems. And when you are doing all of that while also trying to do these things that help, they're kind of canceling each other out. So it's removing all that focus, fear, and attention that you're putting on your problems, implementing things that allow you to show your body something new and meet your body's needs, and allowing whatever comes up to come up and know that it's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.